like we did with Mike in Washington, who's calling with a question about tattoos and eczema. Hey, Mike, thanks for calling. You are live. Hello, Mike.
When I, got to the age I am now, celiacs, and so I've cut out, dairy and wheat and gluten, and I've been taking the healthy digestion pack, extra EFAs, all that for a while. But I do have a lot of tattoos, and I have a bunch of eczema on my tattoos, so I know it's caused probably from the tattoo ink. So I don't know if there's something I can take to get rid of that. I've tried putting aloe vera on. It doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, well, I like how you think, man. You're halfway right, all right? So it's kind of like your body it's a chain. It's an old-fashioned metaphor, but it's good. It's like your body has a chain, and all of the different organs and parts of the body are different links in the chain, and everybody's chain is going to have weak links. I mean, that's just life, right? Everybody's chain is going to have weak links. So the weak link in your chain is your skin. And the root cause of eczema is an allergy to gluten, or specifically an intolerance to gluten, which you have because you have celiac disease, and then an allergy to the wheat molecule. That's the main foundation here, is that there's a fundamental allergy that's present, generated by grains and the consumption thereof, number one. And number two, your skin has just run out of the essential nutrients that it needs to maintain its health. If you were living on a calcium-restricted diet, you would expect your bones to be weak, and they would be. If your bones would become weak and brittle if you were on a calcium-restricted diet, your bones would just get brittle and they'd snap in a heavy wind. For goodness sake. Well, it's the same thing with this eczematous condition on top of the tattoo. So the weak part in your body was your skin, just because of the consistent consumption in your life until you got a clue of wheat, barley, rye, and oats, and then consistent lack of the nutrients that your skin needed in order to maintain its structural integrity. And so you've got a weak link in your skin, and then you get a tattoo on the skin. That's going to break the chain, because your skin just can't handle the extra stress of the tattoo, and that's probably why you got an eczematous eruption there. The tattoo was secondary. There are lots of people who have tattoos and they don't have eczema, right? If it was the tattoo that caused the eczema, everybody with a tattoo would have eczema. But you should be able to get on the other side of this and make it go away. So, given the fact, I guess this begs the question, man, since you've been celiac, what's your diet like? What foods have you been avoiding, and for how long have you been avoiding them?
Close to a year. I've been taking extra EFAs, and I've been taking extra zinc. And, I'm trying to eat not as much processed food, but when I do, it's usually all organic, non-GMO stuff. So,
are you avoiding any grains specifically, like you're staying the hell away from wheat, barley, rye, or oats?
Oh, yeah. I only eat things that are, say, gluten-free on them, or they're like a vegetable, so they're,
Okay. All right. So you're gluten-free, 100%. Does that mean oats as well? So are you eating any oatmeal, even if it says gluten-free on it?
No, I'm like so far away from anything close to gluten or wheat. So.
All right. Excellent. Okay. That's an excellent first step, Mike. It's an excellent first step. Okay. Step number 2 is you have to dial in the rest of the equation here. And the rest of the equation is the 90 essential nutrients that the human body needs in order to function appropriately. So, and this speaks to the brilliance, if I do say so myself, of this approach as generated by Dr. Wallach, and it is 100% authentic with the holistic method, because the holistic method argues that the human body knows how to fix itself, the human body wants to fix itself, the human body is endowed with intelligence and a God-given ability to fix itself, and that most of the time, there are exceptions, most of the time the only thing necessary for the human body to fix itself is for the human body to have all of the essential nuts and bolts, all of the essential nutrients necessary to fix itself, and of course we need to stop the foods that are gumming up the works. You've already done that. Well, all right, so there's 6 more foods that you need to avoid, and you need to provide your body with the 90 essential nutrients, not just the EFAs and zinc, right, which is what you've been doing. Now, giving your body EFAs and zinc is a really great idea, That gives you 1, 2, 3, 4 of the essential nutrients that you need. You need the rest. And by, tightening up your diet just a little more and adding the nutrients into your body appropriate for body weight, that should seal the deal, man. And this stuff should just dissolve away into yesteryear. So this begs the question, Mike from Washington, how much do you weigh?
Pretty slim. I weigh like 130 maybe, but I have been taking the Mighty 90 for, about a year now too, so I've been taking the Healthy Digestion Pack.
Okay, so you're doing one Healthy Digestion Pack a month?
A little over one, but yeah, about one.
All right, so there's only there's 3 things you need to add into the bargain here. You need to do, at 130 pounds, I would do 3 bottles of selenium a month.
Okay.
3 bottles of selenium. And I got to do a quick calculation here. 130 times 30. That's 490, 240. And 2 bottles of glucogel. 2 bottles of glucogel at the 240 count. You need 2 glucogel at the 240 count. I want you to take 8 glucogel a day, right? 8 glucogel a day, and I want you to take 9 selenium a day. 3, 3, and 3, and the glucogel you can do 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, or you can cut it up and do 3, 3, and 2, or whatever you want. I want you to get 8 glucogel a day down the hatch. Is that right? 8 glucogel a day, 13 times 30. Hold on, I'm doing some more math in my head. I get a brain freeze right now. Let me just work it out here with higher math, all right? So you're 130 pounds. 130 divided by 10, this is how we calculate this, is 13. So you need 13 glucogel a day. 13 times 30, that equals 390 glucogel a month. 390 divided by 240, that equals 1 point something. So you need 2 bottles of glucogel at the 240 count every month, and that means you need to do 16. I want you to do 16 glucogel a day, all right? You can do 5, 5, and 5. That would be fine. 5, 5, and 6, or 8 and 8. I want you to do 16 glucogel a day for 90 days. Now, the glucogel and the selenium is the secret sauce here for you, because those nutrients specifically give your skin the stuff that it needs in order to get on the other side of this. Now, please visit my website, fireyourmdnow.com. Make sure you put the now in there, fireyourmdnow.com, and sign up for my free monthly newsletter. When you do that, you're going to be given the list of good food, bad food. And I want you to specifically pay attention to the bad food, eliminating all 10 bad foods. You've already eliminated 4 of them: wheat, barley, rye, and oats. There's 6 other foods you need to avoid, which will significantly knock down the metabolic stress on your body. So when we clean up your diet a little bit more and then give your body the extra glucogel and the extra selenium, it should eliminate the problem completely. And into the bargain here, it would not be a bad idea to have. When's the last time you had a physical or had like a medical professional do blood work? Have you ever had that done?
Long time, though.
Okay, so there's an outside chance, and by outside chance, I mean outside chance. I don't want you to, be worried about this.
Yeah.
But one of the things that happens, of course, with tattoos rarely is hepatitis, right? Mm-hmm. So, and the liver is a very interesting thing, because you can have, major liver damage, man, 75% of the liver just kaput. You have no idea, because you don't feel it at all, but it'll show up on your blood work. So I would get some blood work done, and the 2 panels are called the 2 specific things, parts of the blood you want to look for are ALT, like Apple Larry Thomas, and AST, like Apple Samuel Thomas, ALT and AST. You can actually go online. There are a couple of online services where you can order your own lab tests. I think it's MD Lab Tests, plural, mdlabtests.com. You can order your own lab tests, for goodness sake, so you don't have to pay the knucklehead general practitioner for, a copay or whatever it is. So, if you don't want to see the MD, which I would advise you to do, are you in D.C. or are you in Washington State?
Washington State.
Well, you could also see a naturopathic doctor, but then you're going to have to pay for an office visit, and that's, you just go on, do mdlabtest.com and order for your
home or something.
Yeah. So here's what you do. It's great, man. So you go on the website, you click on your location, right, your state, your zip code or whatever, and then you just peel through the list of the lab tests that you want. You order the lab tests yourself and pay for them, and then the company that owns the website sends you a voucher, emails you a voucher, and tells you what lab to go to. It's probably a lab 5 miles from your house that'll draw the blood. And so you show up at the lab, they draw the blood, you give them the voucher, and then 5 days later you get an email with your results. It's a complete end around the MD, and it's awesome. I love it. mdlabtest.com. Too bad it's called mdlabtest.com, but what are you going to do? It's not a perfect world. But so the test that you want is ALT and AST. Now, sometimes, depending on the lab, those are also called SGOT, like Samuel Godfrey Oscar Thomas, and SGPT, like Samuel Godfrey Peter Thomas, all right? They're synonyms. So order those two tests and just see how your liver is, because that's always a background concern if you've had tattoos. I don't care how many tattoos you have. I don't care if you had it for a week or 50 years. You should have this liver function test done just so you know. So more glucogel, more selenium. Eliminate 6 more bad foods, man. Get that blood test just to be safe. And, hey, by the way, call me back, why don't you, in 3 weeks with a report.